For this easy rub, I'm going to be doing onion powder, garlic powder, coarse salt, 21 seasoning salute. You can find this at your local Trader Joe's, and peppercorn. I'm going to be mixing this in this bowl and grinding it all down. This tool here is called a molcajete. In English, it's translated to mortar. It's used to grind down, or a grinder for foods, seeds, whatever you have. Today I have a 3-pound ribeye roast. I will be trimming some of the fat off. For this process, I'll be using a very sharp boning knife. I will also be doing a French bone on this. French bone is a culinary term that means to cut the meat away from the end of the rib or chop, so that the part of the bone is exposed. This is all just for presentation. When you cut off that piece of meat, do not discard it. This could be used for ground beef. Once you have your ribeye trimmed and tied, you would like to use a little bit of olive oil just as a binder, just so your rub could stick. Let's make sure that you use a generous amount of rub, as this is a large piece of meat. The same method will apply for the ribs. Let's get ready to start the fire here. I'm using a full chimney. I do not use lighter fluid. I use like a tumbleweed just to kind of start it up from the bottom. Once I light it, I place my charcoal chimney over it, and it'll start right up. Alright, my charcoal is all lit and ready to go. Today I'll be using some apple and hickory wood. I like to check my fire about every 30 to an hour just to make sure that my temperatures are not dropping. If they do start to drop, I do add some charcoal and about a log as needed. Alright, my beef ribs are ready to go inside the smoker. I forgot to mention, I do have a water tray inside my smoker. That's just to keep moisture inside my barbecue pit. I place a log of hickory on top of my offset just so it can start heating up the log. Once I put it in the offset, it doesn't take as long to take out that dirty smoke away from it. Remember, key is not to have dirty smoke inside your pit. Alright, my ribs are almost done. I'm going to be placing in my ribeye roast inside for about an hour to 2 hours, just towards the end. This is just enough so I could get some smoke into the meat, get it up to temp, pull it out, and then sear it on the cast iron pan. Alright, today we have lobster tails. One of the things I like to do is to trim off the legs from the bottom. This is not a must, I just do it for aesthetic. Once I have all the legs trimmed out, what I do is I flip that lobster tail back up and I cut down the middle just enough so I could get the meat out of the shell and place nice on top of it. You gotta be careful in this process because you could really damage the shell. Alright, once you have your lobsters ready, you want to spread some butter on top of the meat. Sprinkle it with some garlic, salt, cayenne pepper, and oregano. Alright, this side dish is very easy. It's Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, butter, and saute it with some garlic salt. Alright, once the ribeye has reached its desired temperature of 120 degrees, I pull it out, I let it rest, and I'll take it inside to get it seared. Now I'm searing it with butter and olive oil. I threw in some garlic cloves crushed alongside with some rosemary. You gotta make sure that the cast iron is extremely hot before you put in the meat. This could give you a really nice crust on the outside. Now the technique that I'm using for smoking before searing, it locks in all the smoke in before you sear it. And this is our final product. And there we have it, 3-pound ribeye roast with ribs and 4 lobster tails. It looks delicious. So if you like the video, please click to subscribe so you can see future videos and notifications. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Bye.
That's all for now from World's Blazing BBQ Kitchen. BBQ is so good, make you want to slap your papa.